Hi, everybody. Welcome to AI TV. Happy New Year. It's 2023. I'm Nick Bradshaw, the host of the channel. We're starting this year off with our first conversation on the channel with Ritesh Kanjee, who's the CEO and founder of Augmented Startups based in Johannesburg, South Africa. Welcome, Ritesh. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Thanks, Nick, for having me. I'm doing very well and very excited for what's to come in this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's, well, there's been so much happening just even in the last 3 months, let alone for the rest of the year to come. But I mean, Ritesh, why don't you tell us a little bit about Augmented Startups and what you're about? I mean, we met last year at AI Expo Africa 2022, and I was blown away with what you were doing in terms of the training platform that you've curated. I mean, tell us a little bit more about Augmented Startups and what you're offering.
Yeah, so Augmented Startups is a platform where people can come and learn AI and computer vision. Initially, we started off with computer vision, but we tried to innovate in certain aspects. So we say, okay, we're not only going to teach you like the basics. We say, okay, if you want to learn drones, how can we implement computer vision and drones and mix them together? There's a lot of other projects that we're working on. And another one is where we made an AI clone of Elon Musk using ChatGPT. That was one of the most fascinating projects I think I've created on this channel. And yeah, speaking of channel, we've also achieved about 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And that's been going quite well.
Well, listen, I mean, you know, your platform is essentially offering people training courses. How do they access them? Are they some free? Do you have to pay for them? How does it work?
Yeah, so we have a bunch of free courses that you can just, if you want to get to know our platform or want to get started in computer vision and AI, you just enroll in one of our free courses. On top of that, we also have what we call the AI project store, which is, you can think of like the app store, but for computer vision and AI code. So if you want to do something like number plate recognition, or you want to do something like heart rate detection, instead of coding it from scratch, you just hop onto our platform, click on this app, download the code, and you can start running straight away. We have like full tutorials on that.
Well, that's brilliant. I mean, look, we'll put the link to Augmented Startups in the description below. But I mean, look, I mean, I visited the platform, and you know, if you're new to the topic, and I mean, I know a lot of people at AI Expo Africa last year were interested in what you were doing. Some, you know, young engineers just starting out on their journey. You've kind of broken the back of both the learning side of it and development side of it for people to just dive in there. So, yeah, I mean. It's a fantastic platform, and the reason why we're kind of talking today is I saw you recently publish a post on LinkedIn about this ChatGPT course that you've been developing. And of course, anyone that if you've been living under a rock, you might not know that ChatGPT or the latest version of it took the world by storm. I think it was end of October, beginning of November last year, and people have been playing around with it, generative AI platform. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about ChatGPT and why you were kind of enthusiastic to create the course?
Yeah, so ChatGPT is a derivative of GPT-3, which I played around with last year during my Elon Musk clone project. So this is where we had to take, we needed a language model to act as the brain of Elon Musk. And that was trained on like almost like the whole of the internet. And that knew a lot about Elon Musk already. Now, the way we had to fine tune it was we had a whole lot of interviews that we borrowed from YouTube and his podcasts and his tweets. And we put it all into like a certain, into a little data set, and we use that data set to train GPT-3. And we train this model to think that it's Elon Musk. So whatever question you ask, it'll be answering it from the point of view of Elon Musk. Quite fascinating. I'll tell you about the results in just a bit. But on top of that, we also cloned his voice. from his podcasts on YouTube. There's a lot of data on Elon Musk, so we weren't short on that. And the other thing was we needed a speech to text. So if I ask it something, it must convert my speech to text, and then it will be processed in the GPT-3 model, and then also it will output Elon Musk's speech, which sounds very close to his actual voice, and so that was quite amazing.
Wow. So again, in the spirit of your Augmented Startups training platform, you wanted to create this course so other people could just jump in there and start learning how to develop on it. I mean, I think the course is due to be published soon, but tell us a little bit about the ingredients in there. What are you covering? Is it like quick start guide? Just give us a heads up.
Yeah, so ChatGPT, I forgot to mention that because the model is quite amazing, right? If you look at ChatGPT, no matter what you ask it, it will give you like an intelligent answer. And at first, when it got released, I was like, yeah, no, don't worry. It doesn't seem that amazing. That's because I didn't play with it. But then my wife told me that her colleague said that I must check it out. Like I must really check it out. And this was like towards the end of last year. Then I started playing with it. I was typing in a few questions, asking it about computer vision, AI, and like the results that I got from it were like astonishing. I'm like baffled, like this is amazing. How I didn't expect us to have like an AGI so soon. I was thinking that this would maybe be like 10 years in the making. And then as soon as I got the glimpse of it, and I'm like, okay, we need to make a course on this. So I think I scrambled my whole team. I was like, okay, we need to start a course on this, even if it's like a mini course to cover just the basics. We can expand on it later. Let's see what is actually possible with it. So yeah, we decided to work on it straight away.
Yeah, I mean, I played with it myself last year. I asked it to create a outline, a 2,000-word script or screenplay outline for a crime-fighting gang in South Africa of superheroes. So I just put that in, and it gave me, within about 5 seconds, a script or an outline for a story. It gave me 5 superhero characters. It gave me their superhero names. It gave me their backstory. It gave me a whole series of issues that they've all been dealing with, interpersonal issues. And it was just like, well, there we go. I mean, hand it over to a director to then write the film or produce the film, right? I mean, it is really amazing. Now, one of the things you actually want to do a live demo to show some of the creative elements. We've just talked about creating a screenplay, for example. You've actually been using this for helping you write your own vlogs and blog posts. Are we going to jump into the live demo here? Yes. Ritesh, always a warning on live demos because they often go wrong. So I'll hand the reins over to you.
Right. So let me share my screen. I think
you've got the permission to share the screen now.
All right. There we go. Cool. So now, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see the interface there for ChatGPT. Yeah.
Right. Cool. So I'm going to start a new chat. For whoever's like wanting to try this out, you can go to chat.openai.com and you can instantly start playing around with it. That's if you are able to log in. Now, before, if I had to create like an idea for my YouTube video, like I had to do some research, Google, look at all of the important points and see, okay, is this how does this work? Does it put in? And then if you've got writer's block, then you're going to find it really hard to create a script for YouTube. Whereas this one here, with ChatGPT, it will give you sort of like a template. Obviously, you can't just blatantly plagiarize what's coming from ChatGPT. You have to do fact checks. So let's say, for example, I want to create a script. So I'll tell ChatGPT, create a script for YouTube on what is object detection, right? That's very simple. It'll give me like a simple response, but I also wanted to make it 1,000 words. That tells you how much of the output that you want. And then now let's spice it up a little bit and say, give it to me in the style and voice of, say, Trevor Noah, right?
That's great. That's a great example. Let's see what comes back.
All right. And then we'll add on to this afterwards. So then it'll be like, hey guys, it's your boy Trevor Noah. Now, yeah, I would also obviously change it to my name. I'll be like, hey, it's your boy Ritesh Kanjee, and today we're going to talk about something that has been taking a lot of ways in the tech world, object detection. And it'll go on into giving me the whole article now. Right off the bat, you can see that there'll be a couple of jokes here and there, and you can really feel the personality of Trevor Noah as you're reading this. And you can put almost any celebrity. So I can say in the voice and style of Elon Musk, or maybe your favorite comedian, maybe even the voice and style of Nick Pressure if the internet has enough data on you.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it's important that people realize that, and I think even in the few months that it's been up and running, that, you know, they have put some caveats and warnings on, you know, as you mentioned, fact checking, you know, that it's not 100% accurate necessarily in the output, but obviously you're giving it extra context like maximum number of words, the style, etc. And as you can see here, it's still generating the script for you. I must admit, when I generated the screenplay idea, I mean, you know, I didn't ask for the number of superheroes or their names. It just created them as suggestions. So I think that this is the other interesting thing, is the suggestive creative side of this platform. Is, you know, if you're starting with a blank canvas, it can actually create maybe some original ideas or thought-provoking ideas as a starting point for something new.
Exactly. Now, on that point, this is only generating a script, right? I can use it to generate a business idea or business strategy. So, for example, I'll say generate a business strategy of a company that is selling computer vision courses. And it must, let's say we can pitch it to investors. So I must be able to pitch to investors. And you can even throw in something like they must be willing to fund me or something like that. Fund me based on this pitch. And when I generated this for another business idea that I had, it gave me everything, like competitive analysis. It gave me the full proposal, the problem, the solution, how we would get into that market. And it even, if you ask it for like, what are the costs involved in this, and it will give you like a breakdown of the costs, like operational costs, risks that are involved. It's just truly amazing how this thing works.
Yeah, I mean, I asked ChatGPT to come up with a 20-point action plan for an innovation program for African countries. Yes. And yeah, I mean, you know, when you went through the suggestions and the action plan, the logic is obviously, it made a lot of sense. I mean, clearly it's a starting point for refinement, but yeah, look, well, we could be here all day. I mean, the things that we can play around with on this are quite amazing. And even in the time that we've been running, our community, AI Expo Africa, for the last sort of 5 years, now into our 6th year. To think that this technology, in terms of mainstream now, is available to people. Part of it's now paid for, part of it is a free platform access as well when it's available, is quite phenomenal. So it begs the question, Ritesh, where's this all heading? Where are we heading?
So before I think we should talk about that, I think we should first talk about like the limitations of ChatGPT, because some people will start getting onto it and using it straight away. Right now, as of today, the limitations of ChatGPT is that it's only been trained on things that are to the point of 2021, end of 2021. So
that's correct, yeah.
It only knows what's happening until there. So if I asked it about maybe YOLO V8, which just came out recently, it won't know about that. It'll just give me rubbish on that topic. But there is a workaround that not many people know about, or maybe some people know about it. But I can give you guys some insight into what I would do on that. So there's a Chrome extension called GPT. There's Chrome extension that you can get, and it'll link you straight to the ChatGPT website. But okay, I won't go into it, but there's a little switch over here that will say search on web. So you will say, tell me about YOLO V8 object detection model. And right now it doesn't know, but if I put the switch on, it will pull in a certain amount of web results, and it will read through all of those links, and then it will go and write an article about it.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think the extensions and things that we'll see now emerging will be quite phenomenal as this advances. So, Ritesh, just to sort of wrap up, then, I mean, where do you see this heading now? What do you see as the future?
So, ChatGPT, in plain and simple, is going to take a lot of people's jobs away. Why hire a writer when you can just get ChatGPT to write out your whole essay or your whole business plan? I mean, it'll get to a point where we have this AGI that we can ask it anything. It will be an expert in any field. Medical field, if I want a business partner, this will be my business partner, will give me business advice or business consultant. If I want to know about, I'm actually going to be a father soon, so maybe if I need baby advice, this thing will give me some advice on how to look after it without having to spend so much time on the internet. But right now, we just need to be aware of what's truth and what's lies, or what's false. That's the biggest problem right now that we have to face with ChatGPT. And maybe even we could get it to code our own apps. So if I want to code a platform that has education on it, educational content, then in the future, we'll be able to get everything from ChatGPT, like the full code, the full files and everything. Right now, it can give us code, but we need to have context behind that code to say, okay, it needs, if we're training another computer vision model, we need the weights of that.
Yeah, look, I mean, my own personal view on it is I see this as the beginning of like a new era. I'm not sure that to what extent job replacement, etc., will occur. I think certainly from a creative standpoint, you mentioned coding. I've come from a software and systems engineering tooling background, and just in terms of things like code generation or partial code generation, there's so much potential there that whereas before, 20 years ago, you'd have been having to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on software to help you generate software. Now you can use a platform like this to really kickstart software development, whether it's parts of code or a subset of a system. So I think it's not just creative in terms of writing and art and that kind of thing. It's also creative in terms of building new systems, building new software. I still think we're going to have humans in the loop. I think, you know, a creative idea can start with ChatGPT and be taken to the next level by a human. So I don't think the film industry is going to disappear, or the writing industry, books and what have you. But yeah, I mean, I think I read an article the other day, I don't know whether it's true, but ChatGPT passed the Wharton MBA and medical bar exam, or you know, okay, that may pose a problem if you get people abusing it and passing exams. So I think there's certain constraints and checks and balances that we need to have on these systems. So yeah, a lot of hype, some real, some worrying, but it's great, Ritesh, to have you just demonstrate very briefly some of the potential there, and obviously to guide anyone that's interested in this as a new field, to go and check out Augmented Startups. I'll put the link below, and check out Ritesh's work and the offerings there. They're really nicely presented and easy to follow. And Ritesh, will you be joining us at AI Expo Africa 2023 in Joburg?
Yes, definitely. I'll be speaking at this conference, and who knows, maybe it's in November, right? There'll probably be a lot of developments
2nd and 3rd of November.
ChatGPT.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. I think we'll probably be on version 4 by then, and apparently it's got like a trillion parameters or so it's been trained on. So yeah, I mean, we could be seeing even more innovation in just a few months' time. So thanks, Ritesh. Thanks for being the first guest on AI TV, and we look forward to seeing you and all the delegates later in the year at AI Expo Africa. So thanks very much.
Maybe you'll even see the AI version of me presenting.
Well, we're always innovating every year. We definitely we should explore that idea offline for sure. Thanks, Ritesh.
Exactly. Thanks, Nick.
Bye-bye.
Yes.